Welcome to the Razer Academy's first installment of the Mortal Kombat 9 Razer Academy tutorial series. My name is Brant McCaskill, better known in the Mortal Kombat 9 world as Pig of the Hut, and I placed third at the World Championship EVO Finals, third at Dallas MLG, and third at Raleigh MLG. And I'm here to tell you how you can get started in playing Mortal Kombat 9 by learning the basic fundamentals of the game. Throughout the video tutorial series, different installments, we will cover anything from the simplest mechanics of the game to the most hardcore, pro-style mechanics and fundamentals that you need to know to be very competitive. Over the course of this introduction video, we will talk about the basics, the control system of Mortal Kombat, basic movement, basic attacks, special moves, throws, X-rays, meter management and meter usage, and explain the combo system in its most simplistic form, and also talk about how your character's design and hitboxes matter in combat. So without further ado, let's get started into the world of Mortal Kombat 9. To start us off and to look at the basics of Mortal Kombat 9, we will use the one-player tutorial mode, and I will explain it in further detail. Basic movement in Mortal Kombat 9. The main thing that you need to know about movement in Mortal Kombat 9 is the walk and the dash. To walk to the right, you simply just press and hold the right directional pad. To walk to the left, you would press and hold the left directional pad. You can also dash, which I will show you. Dashing covers more space than a walk does, but a walking is a more fluid motion that we will talk about in later videos to use at a higher level. To jump from a neutral position, you would just tap the up button, and to duck, you would just hold the down button. You would want to duck to evade high attacks, and you would want to jump to either evade a low attack or to advance towards your opponent by holding jump in the right directional button or jump in the left directional button to jump away from your opponent. As you can see in this video, Sector will be shooting missiles toward Johnny Cage and behind and in front of Johnny Cage. And notice you can duck the missiles and then just move right or left to evade the missiles coming above your head. This is how basic movement works in Mortal Kombat 9. Movement in Mortal Kombat 9 works the same as most other 2D fighting games. Whereas in 3D fighting games, if you were to press up, you wouldn't jump, you would sidestep, or if you were to press down, you would not duck, you would sidestep towards the screen. Now let's look at basic attacks in Mortal Kombat 9. The current version that this video is being recorded on is the Xbox, which is front punch X, back punch Y, front kick A, and back kick B. In the Mortal Kombat world, we do not call this X, Y, A, and B. And on the PlayStation 3, we do not call it square, triangle, X, or circle. We call it 1, 2, 3, 4. It is a numerical system that unifies both systems in its controller schemes. For example, front punch is 1, back punch is 2, front kick is 3, and back kick is 4. So for example, if we were to say a combo is 114 with a particular character, you would hit XXB. Or on PS3 you would hit square, square, circle. But using those shapes and letters is very confusing for people who play on Xbox Live or Xbox to discuss this with PlayStation users, so that's why we use the numerical system. Blocking is a very important button. It is the right trigger, or you can change this to your configuration in the options menu, but it isn't recommended to change it unless you play on a fighting stick or a hitbox. Now let's go over basic attacks. You would press the 1 button for a front punch, a 2 button for back, a 3 for a front kick, and a 4 button for the back kick. And then right trigger to block. You can stand block or crouch block. Now we're going to look at other various attacks. You can press a directional button and add the 2 button for an uppercut. Or hold the back button and press the 4 button for a sweep. And other moves, depending on characters, can do a pop-up or other attacks. A pop-up attack is a launcher that puts your opponent in the air and allows you to add multiple hits to the opponent while he is in the air. He is now in a combo state when Johnny Cage does back 3, and you can add massive damage to your opponent. Here's the simplest combo we can do so far. Back 3, down 2 for a 2-hit 16% combo. Every character in Mortal Kombat 9 has strings, or combos they can do, that you can find when you hit start and options and our moves list. Let's look at Johnny Cage's most basic combos by hitting 1-1-1. And now you can do another combo by doing 1-1 forward 1. Adding a direction to the final hit has changed the combo, the damage, and the options. Here we are looking at other combo strings. You want to be careful not to press the buttons too fast, or you will miss a hit and your combo will not come out correctly, as shown right here. But if you hit the 3 buttons together in a calm manner and not a frantic state, then your combo will come out as planned. Notice the final string that Johnny Cage does ends in a pop-up, which allows you to finish your combo. Now let's look at throws. Throws are highly used in tournament play and should be used in more casual play. To do a throw, you would hit the right button on your joystick. And to do a forward throw, you would hold the direction towards the direction you want to throw your opponent with the throw button. Throws are not guaranteed damage because when an opponent goes to throw you, by immediately pressing either the 1 button or the 3 button, you can evade the attack. This is extremely hard to do, but is very possible. Some characters have air throws, where when airborne and they touch their opponent, they can hit the throw button and can do damage in the air. Not all characters have this option. Now, in this part of the tutorial, we will show a combination of all the attacks that we have learned so far. The throw, the away throw, we now do the jump kick, air throw, and then right here we're going to just go ahead and finish off our opponent by just doing a basic combo that we will learn how to do in later stages of the video. Notice how the character was juggled by Sonya in a juggle state, and she was able to add massive damage to the opponent in a combo. Now let's look at special moves. Each character in Mortal Kombat has a slew of special moves that have their own properties and purposes. Let's look at some Johnny Cage special moves. He has a projectile called the Force Ball, and he has a flip kick, which is performed by down back 3. Notice as I jump to each side, the directions of the special move change. For example, if you were on the right side, you would do down back 3, and the other side you would do down back 3 in relation to the way you're facing. Some special moves, such as Nightwolf's Reflect, require strict timing. Let's take a look at this move. Notice how Nightwolf can do a reflect from any part of the screen, but you have to time it properly. You can't just throw it out there and hope it works. Now let's talk about Super Meter. Meter is built in this game when your opponent is blocking your normal attacks, such as 1, 2, 3, 4, or combo strings on block. Meter is also built when your special moves are blocked. Another way that meter can be built is by getting hit yourself. It takes 7 to 8 normal attacks on block to build a bar meter, and it takes around 25 to 33% damage to build your own meter. Notice how I'm doing Nightwolf's Reflect and not hitting anything. By doing special moves for a long period of time, you slowly build meter. This is another way to build meter. When your special moves or your normal attacks or combos hit your opponent, you build meter at an excessively slow pace. When you build a full bar meter, you can do what is known as an enhanced special move by adding the right trigger to the special move's inputs, such as Nightwolf. Down back 1, you would now shoot 3 arrows by doing down back 1 plus the trigger. Notice you spent a bar meter to do the move. Special moves with meter do more damage typically and have greater purposes, but it takes meter management at the highest level to know when and where to do it. Notice Johnny Cage now shoots 2 force balls, and when he does his flip kick, normally it would be green, and then when he does it enhanced, it is red. Now watch what happens when he hits with the enhanced. It added damage and added hits. Some special moves with meter have armor, and we will look at that later. Now when you have 2 bars of meter, you have what is called a combo breaker, which allows you to stop any combo upon hit. It is good to know when and where to break combos, so you keep your meter and you manage it properly, which we will talk about in later videos. To do a combo breaker, you would hit the right trigger and hold forward, or the direction your opponent is in front of you. When you have 3 bars of meter, you can do a highly devastating attack known as an X-ray move. Some moves that are X-rays can be comboed into the X-rays, or you can continue your combo out of the X-rays. Kung Lao has probably one of the best X-ray moves in the game, and probably builds meter faster than any other character in this game. He can combo into an X-ray and out of an X-ray, but for the purpose of this video, we will just show you what an X-ray looks like. The easiest way to hit an X-ray is to hit both triggers on your pad at the same time. You can also hit the 3rd button, the right trigger, and the 4th button at the same time. Each X-ray move is unique to his or her own character. Now let's take a look at some of the more interesting aspects of Mortal Kombat 9, to which in my opinion makes this game great in depth and requires the utmost knowledge of the player behind the controller. Notice how I'm ducking with Kabal right now. I am doing what I call lowering his hitbox. The hitbox refers to the size of your opponent when he is standing, crouching, and doing some normal moves, such as down 1, down 2, down 3, and down 4. I'm going to display the importance of knowing every hitbox in this game, and knowing which one of your character's attacks will actually touch your opponent's body when he's standing, and when he's crouching, and when he is crouch blocking. Let's take Kabal for example. I'm going to do standing 1. Notice how it whiffs over Sector's head, as well as back 1. Back 1 and standing 1 are whiffing above Sector. Now watch what happens when I switch the characters up. You'll notice that some characters in this game, such as Melina, Sector, Kabal, and Kung Lao, have some of the smallest hitboxes in the game, making them better defensive characters. But some characters like Kenshi, Cyber Sub-Zero, Shiva, Raiden, and others have extremely large hitboxes, to where Kabal's standing 1, standing 2, and back 1 would normally whiff on small hitbox characters, but look how evenly and consistently it hits the higher hitbox characters. This makes matchups tougher. Notice that I jumped over Kenshi's neck and hit the back of his neck to where the hitbox should be smaller, and is smaller against some attacks in the game, such as Kung Lao's Teleport 3, which we will talk about in much later videos. But this is just to show you that the importance of knowledge in this game. You have to understand your character's limitations and what he can evade and what he cannot evade. This adds great depth to the game of Mortal Kombat 9 and requires a lot of the player's skill and knowledge. Now let's take a look at moves that will hit you while you're crouch blocking and stand blocking. If you are standing and holding the block button, you are still able to get hit by low attacks. And if you are crouching and blocking, you are able to get hit by overhead attacks. Overhead attacks, one of the simplest forms, is a neutral jump, and you hit either the 1 or the 2 button, and that will pop up your opponent into a combo state. To hit your opponent low, you can hit a down 3 or a down 4. Each character has different ways to hit your opponent in the low area, the mid area, the high area, and an overhead. Even special moves have different hit properties, whether they be an overhead, a high, or a low. Notice that Kabal is blocking high, and he is successfully blocking every single hit. But when Kenshi goes to hit a low attack, he gets a full combo. This move is a medium overhead, and when you block high, the overhead and the medium will not hit you. Notice how Kenshi is doing a low attack and then an overhead. Only the low is registering damage. This is just to show you that each of one of your character's tools needs to be understood, and you must understand your opponent's character's tools to where you can properly block them at all times. In future videos, we will talk about this in greater depth. This last part of the video is just to show you how much ground that can be covered by walking and how fluid it can be. But to gain ground faster, with 3 dashes from full screen out, you can already be in your opponent's face from being full screen. And remember, as said earlier in the video, to dash you would hit forward forward or back back for a back dash. This concludes Razer Academy's first installation of the Mortal Kombat 9 tutorial series. We've gone over basic movement, basic attacks, special moves, X-rays, hitboxes, and throws, as well as other fundamental elements of the Mortal Kombat 9 fundamentals. Mortal Kombat 9 is a highly enjoyable, thriving game at tournaments and casual and online play. If you have any questions or concerns about what you'd like me to cover or what I covered in this video and you have further questions on, please post it at Razer Academy. Thanks for watching and hope you enjoyed it. I'm Brant McCaskill, also known as Pig of the Hut.